They drink the dirtiest water. Infectious diseases are rampant. I can't even afford the most basic steamed buns, not to mention a place to sleep. This is the world's poorest. The true picture of the least developed countries. GDP per capita is just over $100, more than 100 times worse than China. Very tough. Let's take a look today. The 10 poorest countries in the world. 10th, Liberia. Liberia is in West Africa. It's an agricultural country. Gillian, one of the world's least developed countries announced by the United Nations. GDP per capita USD 769. Agriculture accounts for 70% of the total population. 3.80 million hectares of arable land. Less than 13% have been developed. Food cannot be produced by itself. This country was built hundreds of years ago, founded by freed American slaves. So it's called the America of Africa. Liberia has about 5 million population. It is composed of 16 indigenous nations. Roughly over 50% of Liberians live in poor county. Once, Liberia has had a long and bitter civil war. It was about 250,000. Liberians died in the Civil War. Multiple devastating civil wars almost led to its genocide. Liberia today still have to endure stupid pain from the scars of history. And here's what's even scarier. Here are 10 more warlords. The 9th explosion. It's the third largest landlocked country in the world by area. It used to be third from last. It's a landlocked country on the African savanna. And Zada was in north-central Africa. It's a landlocked country. Reach 1.8 per million square kilometers. Slightly larger than the combined area of our countries Chongqing and the population is only 16 million. It is much smaller than the permanent population of Inner Mongolia in my country. It is one of the least developed countries in the world. Among the fried humans, the development index is third from the bottom in the world, and GDP per capita is only $710. It is also located near the equator, and it's landlocked. So we bombed a water-scarce country. Most of the country is Gobi and desert. It is known as the heart of death in Africa. Only 2% of the people in this country have access to electricity. The temperature difference between day and night can even exceed 20 degrees. Poverty and hunger are almost the main themes here. 14% are malnourished. 24% of people are facing a food crisis. Second Democratic Republic of the Congo. Congo is the second largest river in Africa. The 11th largest country in the world. Population over 77 million. 17th in the world in population. The 4th largest country in Africa. And the country with the largest officially French-speaking population. He is the world announced by the United Nations. One of the least developed countries. Agriculture and mining industry station economic dominance. The processing industry is underdeveloped. Food cannot be produced by itself. But he was one of the leading economies in Africa. One of the good countries. In the early 1990s. Due to continued political instability, Congo's economy has been growing year after year. The 1996 Civil War and the 1998 regional conflict make the national economy worse. Metaphorical collapse. For such a country, GDP per capita is only $566.50. 7th Central African Republic. Central Africa is a landlocked country in the center of the African borders with Sudan and South Sudan. Total area 622,000 square kilometers. The economy is dominated by agriculture. Weak industrial base. More than 80% of industrial products are imported. Although the country is rich in natural resources, and yet about 90% of the population lives in poverty. Most of the locals have almost no food, decent housing, healthy drinking water, or basic sanitation. One of the main causes of poverty. It is the long-term success of this country. Persistent conflict, civil war, The main reasons for the civil war in the Central African Republic are the sectarian divide between Muslims and Christians. These conflicts have led to a better life in the Central African Republic of that country. The standard of living has deteriorated. Currently, nearly 5 million people living in the Central African Republic. About more than half of the people need assistance. GDP per capita is a measly $451.97. Sixth, Niger. Niger has a population of 22 million, but in terms of population, and Niger is a regional power. Yet the country is almost entirely covered by desert. The small amount of land is extremely poor. It's hard to grow crops. What's even more regrettable is Niger is located in neighboring Libya, Algeria. Both are countries in the Sahara Desert, but under the sand of others is wealth. And Niger still has sand under it. Their temperature can reach up to around 50 degrees Celsius. It is one of the hottest countries in the world. In this extremely hot weather, the working heart of the people is also indifferent. Civil wars and coups d'etat continued. There was no peace. Lack of material foundation and natural resources. Economic development has come to a standstill. GDP per capita is only $412. Fifth, Mozambique. Mozambique is an agricultural country. Can't get enough to eat here. You see poverty all the time, down and out. After independence, it suffered from years of civil war, natural disasters, and other long-term economic difficulties. It is said their daily national income is only 1 yuan, 6 yuan, and it was very touching. Mozambique during the Wenchuan earthquake.